Today I'm here with Paul, and thanks for joining me, Paul. We're here to look at his backyard aquaponics system. He's got a great system. It's actually growing on concrete, believe it or not. He's got dappled light. He's growing so much food, and I'm so pleased to see what he's been able to achieve in such a short amount of time. Hey, it's Rod here, your aquaponic gardener, where I show you how you can feed your family and grow your backyard in unpredictable times. And look, if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you a free gift as well, so make sure you hang around right to the end.
So this is one of the no-dig garden beds we've built as a traditional style garden for our home, and you can see it's working well. We've got the leafy greens, some basil, chilies, things like that growing here. But you can see the difference. So the environment we're in, the climate, the conditions we've had lately shows, you know, what a standard garden bed can produce. And you can see the spacing you need to have in a garden bed as well, just to be able to share the nutrients. Now, if we wander over and have a look at on the same property, same time of the year, same environmental conditions, what's the difference with aquaponics?
Check out this driveway. Look how hot it is. Absolute cement flat surface for, you guessed it, aquaponics. So it's unusual. We're growing food on concrete, on a driveway. You can too. Check it out. Paul, can you just explain exactly what you built here and why you did it?
All right, so I saw Rod's aquaponics system, and the one thing that's always been on my heart for a long time, having kids, is to have really nutritionally dense, clean food available for the family. So I saw how well it was working for him, and I realized the benefits of it, so I wanted to have a go and get into it. So I set up my own system. I'll give you a quick run through on what I have set up here. Starting at ground zero, I guess, you've got your fish tank down here. This is the lowest point, and this is the biggest fish tank. So 1,000 litre IBC. At the moment I've got 45 jade perch in there. But this is where it's all pumped from as ground zero. Pumped right back up to the top. Beautiful female Cairns birdwing flying over the top of it there. But this is set up as 4 grow beds using IBCs. And then I've also got some smaller, they're about half tanks, just lower than these as a next level for them to flow into. So you'll sort of see that in between here. But that way I can diversify what I have, as in fish or prawns or cray, that sort of thing. I wouldn't mind trying eels. Lots of good ideas, but and then I've got the back tank as well. So I've tried to maximize the volume of water so I can have more fish and then grow as many things as I can in there. And as you can see, it's really taken off. It's doing better than I actually expected it would. Things grow faster. They grow closer together, so I can pack in so many different things, like your eggplant, you've got cress, mother of herb, your mushroom plant, you've got so many things in here. I've even got a durian that I've stuck in here for now just to get it going. And then you've got Ibeca in the background, you've got tomatoes, you've got kale, so many things packed into these grow beds. And the fish waste, so good for it in providing all those nutrients. The beauty of this as well is I've built it on a concrete driveway, so utilizing some concrete where you can't grow anything, and now I've got just an abundance of food on it. And I've also done it right next to my house, so I can just walk downstairs here, grab a heap of salad greens or fruit or whatever, and head straight back up. The cool thing about this system is it's really cheap. It's so affordable. I mean, the IBCs I'm using, some of them I was given from a friend. The other ones I bought off a company after they'd finished using them, made sure they're food grade. So just cut them up, so got them cheap. The wooden frames here, they were actually built for something else and used, but then they were going to be thrown away. So all I did is a slight modification on them to be what raised my garden beds up. So real cheap, doesn't cost you a lot at all. The way I set up my system here is that I can expand it down the track when I run out of room. So I've set up the tanks in a way here with my fish tank at the back to even set up 2 more IBC grow beds. But then I wanted to use the idea of wicking beds and see how that goes as well. But I wanted to tie it in with the fish nutrient water. So I've started with a pot. So that's where I've really just got a really large garden pot, and I'm trialing it by sticking a tree in it and then planting around the tree. You've got little lettuces we planted yesterday, tree lettuce, you know, strawberries, which are already fruiting after a couple of weeks. Flowered, fruiting. I planted a couple more in just the other day. They'll take a little bit to take off, but they're getting there. They're really coming alive quick. So this is my trial period, and I've, you know, built it up, changed it a little bit as we've gone. But that cocoa tree now is starting to put out a whole new bunch of fresh shoots at the top. It's loving it.
So Paul's system here's got 4 beds, but he's also got 3 fish tanks. So he's got essentially 3 fish tanks or 3 sump tanks. So if I bring you over here and we have a look in the center here, in between 4 beds. So I just lift this up here, this lid, and you can see in there that he's got 4 grow beds around me. Everything's flowing, 3 of those grow beds are flowing straight down into this sump tank in between, and one of them's going to his wicking pot over on the other side. And from here, it goes into the other fish tank, which is actually buried in the ground just off the driveway. So here you can see he's buried a full IBC tank in the ground, so 3/4 in the ground. That's one to insulate the tank, but secondly, it's just off the driveway there. It's a little bit cooler when you do bury the tanks, but it had made gravity work for us, for our benefit. So sometimes you just have to keep digging, other times especially the way that he set this up, so it's all at ground level on the concrete driveway. At some point you need a lowest point, and this is it. So here you can see all the water's flowing in there. Now the benefits are we're using gravity. Gravity is just flowing everywhere down to the lowest point, a lot of oxygen, and the water's just recycled in a loop all the way around the system. So here we've got a 5,000 litre pump being used to run all 4 grow beds plus the 3 tanks plus the wicking pot. So by using gravity you can really maximize the amount of energy that you need to run an aquaponic system. So here you can see the inlet just here, and it's just clumping around the system. The outlet's coming back here ultimately as well, and because we've got kids involved, it's a family environment, every tank has got a wire mesh and also lids as well to stop leaf litter and to stop birds, because we are in a tropical area. There's a lot of birds, there's a lot of predators, and we have to make sure that it's safe for the kids. The family produces a lot of food and the birds don't get them. So we've mostly got perch in here, but I know Paul's got future aspirations of putting eels, and that's why he's built that sump in the center over there, and it's been built specifically to keep eels. Now just looking around your garden here, Paul, you've got a lot of good things happening. You're reusing a lot of materials, and this particular bed here, you've reused some logs. And which one grows better, the aquaponics or the standard traditional gardens that you're building?
I love these beautiful, natural garden beds. I've used some logs. I've remade a garden bed using felled trees that we had to move. And I love doing this. It's awesome. But for the amount of food you need to live on, aquaponics is a no-brainer. Just so much more food pours out of them than what we can get out of these.
And the cool thing is that you and your family have integrated food security with aquaponics and traditional garden beds in amongst the subtropical rainforest with aquaponics on a driveway. Wow, I am so pleased for you guys. Well done. I'm so happy to see your system all up and running and working and thriving. You've even got Cairns birdwing butterflies flying above, which is a threatened species. And if you haven't heard already, I've actually just launched an Aquaponics Accelerator course where I teach you everything you need to know about aquaponics, everything you need about wicking beds and wicking pots, and how to grow food fast in your backyard. So join me for that. There'll be a link down below, and feel free to check it out. Now, I didn't forget, at the start of the video, I said if you stayed to the end, I would give you a free gift. So, hey, I'm a man of my word. So if you just click that description down below, you'll see my top 10 tips where you can download that and get all my secrets. And also the video right there somewhere is a fantastic video. If you feel like watching some more, click that video, highly recommended, so you can grow your own aquaponics a lot more effectively.